Criswell predicts.
Greetings, my friends. We are all interested in the future because that is where you and I will spend the rest of our lives. And remember, my friends, future events such as these will affect you in the future. You are interested in the unknown, the mysterious, the unexplainable. That is why you are here. And now, for the first time, we are bringing you the full story of what happened on that fateful day. We're giving you all of the evidence, based only on the secret testimony of the miserable souls who survived this terrifying ordeal. The incidents, the places, my friends, we cannot keep this a secret any longer. Let us punish the guilty. Let us reward the innocent. My friends, can your heart stand the shocking facts of grave robbers from outer space?
All of us on this earth know that there's a time to live and that there's a time to die. Yet death is always a shock to those left behind. It is even more of a shock when death, the proud brother, comes suddenly without warning. Just at sundown, a small group gathered in silent prayer around the newly opened grave of the beloved spouse of an elderly one. Sundown of the day, yet also the sundown of the old one's heart. For the shadows of grief crowded her very reason. The funeral over, the saddened group left the graveside. It was when the gravediggers started their task that strange things began to take place.
Yep, right on schedule. Look, there's old Cabin Tower out there.
Yeah, you better radio in for landing now, Danny boy.
Right, Jeff.
Burbank Tower, this is American Flight 812. Over. Wouldn't surprise me any if you're still asleep this time of the morning.
Canadian Flight 812, this is Burbank Tower. If I were asleep, you'd never get on the ground.
You got me there, Mac. This is American Flight 812.
What's that?
Burbank Tower to American Flight 812. Over. Burbank Tower to American Flight 812. Over.
Holy mackerel.
Holy mackerel.
Holy mackerel.
Torbay Tower to Canadian Flight 812. Are you in trouble? 812?
Trouble?
See for yourself. What in the world?
What in the world?
That is nothing from this world.
Burbank Tower to American Flight 812. Are you in trouble?
812, are you in trouble? Are you in trouble?
Mayday! Mayday!
Suppose the passengers saw it? I doubt it. Most of them were asleep. That was quite a jolt, Jeff. We'll check.
Good, get them ready for landing. And keep quiet about this until we get our instructions.
Because that ain't Santa Claus out there. Go ahead, Davy.
Right, Jeff. Canadian Flight 812 to Torbay Tower. Over.
Did you hear anything?
I thought I did.
I don't like hearing noises, especially where I'm not supposed to.
Yeah, sort of spooky like.
Maybe we're getting old.
Whatever it is, it's gone now.
That's the best thing for us too.
Yeah, let's go.
The grief of his wife's death became a greater and greater agony. The home they had so long shared together became a tomb.
A sweet memory of her joyous living.
The sky to which she has once looked was now only a covering for her dead body.
The ever-beautiful flowers she had planted became nothing more than the lost roses of her cheeks.
Confused by his great loss, the old man left that home, never to return again.
At the funeral of the old man, unknown to his mourners, his dead wife was watching.
First his wife, then he.
Tragic.
Tell me something. Why was his wife buried in the ground and he sealed in a crypt?
Something to do with family tradition. A superstition of some sort.
Oh.
Well, it's getting dark. We'd best be on our way.
Then, as two of his mourners left his final resting place,
Minutes later, the police, led by Inspector Daniel Clay, arrived at the scene.
Who found them?
The bathing girl.
Medical, examiner been around yet?
Just left. The morgue wagon ought to be along most any time.
You get their statements?
As much as we could, they're pretty scared.
Finding a mess like this ought to make anyone frightened. Get one of the boys to take the guy and girl back to town. You take charge.
Okay, Inspector. What are you gonna do?
Knock around a little.
It's pretty dark out there. Once you get past those lights, you won't be able to see your hand in front of your face.
I will get one of flashlight from patrol car.
You be careful, Clay.
Hey, I'm a big boy, Johnny.
Okay.
Looks like a bobcat tore through him.
Yeah. Hey, you get that funny smell?
Yeah, how could I miss it? That'll be the morgue wagon now.
That's the fifth siren in the last hour.
Something's happened down at the cemetery. A lot of police cars and lights. I stopped, but I didn't see anything. Oh, well, whatever it is, the morning paper will carry that little story.
You seem to still be up there somewhere.
Maybe I am.
I don't think I've ever seen you in this mood before.
I guess it's because I've never been in this mood before.
Something about your flight?
Yeah.
What happened, Jeff?
I saw a flying saucer.
Saucer? You mean the kind from up there?
Yeah, its counterpart. It was shaped like a huge cigar. Dan and Edith saw it, too. When it passed over, the whole compartment lighted up with a blinding glare. Then there was a tremendous wind that practically knocked us off our course.
Well, did you report it?
Yeah. Radioed in immediately, and they said, we'll keep it quiet until you land. And as soon as we landed, big army brass grabbed us and made us swear to secrecy about the whole thing. Oh, it burns me up. These things have been seen for years. They hear. It's a fact. And the public ought to know about it.
There must be something more you can do about it.
Only there isn't. Oh, but what's the use of making a fuss? Last night I saw a flying object that couldn't have possibly been from this planet. But I can't say a word. I'm muzzled by army brass. I can't even admit I saw the thing.
Hear that noise? suppose that apparition we saw had something to do with it. Come on.
Is he dead?
Yeah. Almost as bad as those two back there. Suppose that saucer or whatever it was that we saw had something to do with it?
Your guess is as good as mine.
One thing for sure, Inspector Clay is dead. Murdered.
Murdered.
And
Somebody's responsible.
You're in charge now, Lieutenant.
Yes, I am. Kelvin,
Yes, sir?
get back to the car, get on the radio, and tell the coroner he's got to come back down here again.
What about the left?
What do you think we left at the car? Boy Scouts? Come on.
Greater love hath no man than to lay down his life for another. It is always sad to say last words at the grave of a friend, and Inspector Daniel Clay was a friend, a dear friend to me and to all of us. Then the bell tolled upon his great career. May he rest in peace, a peace well deserved. So mature.
People turning south from the freeway were startled when they saw 3 flying saucers high over Hollywood Boulevard.
A woman startled by the sight in the sky telephones the police. There comes a time in each man's life when he can't even believe his own eyes. Saucers seen over Holyrood. Saucers seen over Dildo. Flying saucers seen over Washington, D.C. Saucers seen over the Pentagon. Oh wait, that's an airplane. Saucers seen over... The army convoy moved into the field. Looks like a literal field. Yep, that's a field. Gonna shoot these things down. Load it up casually. No haste, really. Okay, fine.
Quite a sight, wasn't it, sir? A sight I'd rather not be seeing. Are you worried about them, sir? Well, they must have a reason for their visits. Visits? Well, that would indicate visitors. Big guns are a normal way of welcoming visitors. We haven't always fired at them. Oh, for a time we tried to contact them by radio, but no response. Then they attacked the town. A small town, I'll admit, but nonetheless a town with people. People who died. I never heard about that, sir. Well, it was covered up by the higher echelon. Take any fire, any earthquake, any major disaster, then wonder. Flying saucers are still a rumor, Captain. Officially. Looks like we beat them off again. What do they want? Where are they from? They, sir? Where are they going? Ooh. This is a training maneuver, sir. I only did a little practice firing at the clouds.
Yeah. I wonder what their next move will be.
What will the next move be?
Your space commander has returned from Earth.
Send him in.
You have your report?
We had to pull in here to Space Station 7 for regeneration. We are returning to the planet Earth immediately thereafter.
What progress has been made?
We contacted government officials, but they refuse our existence.
What plan will you follow now?
Plan 709. It's been absolutely impossible to work through these creatures. Their soul is too controlled.
Plan 709. Ah, yes. Plan 709 deals with the resurrection of the dead. Long-distance electrodes shot into the pineal and pituitary gland of recent dead. Have you attempted any of this plan as of yet?
Yes, Excellency.
How successful has it been?
We have risen 2 so far. We will be just as successful on more.
The living. They have no suspicion of your movements?
We had to dispose of 1 policeman. However, none of those risen have been seen. At least, not by anyone who still remains alive.
It's too bad it must be handled this way. But it must. Those who we take from the grave will lead the way for our other operations.
Yes, Excellency.
Continue on. Report to me in 2 Earth days.
I feared His Excellency wouldn't take our report this well. What will those Earthlings do next?
I still think you should go into town. Stay with your mother until I get back. This is our home. Nothing is going to take me from it. Besides, most men try to keep their wives from going home to Mama. That's not the point. That's all the point is going to be. Now, toddle off and fly your flying machines, darling. But if you see any more flying saucers, tell them to pick another house to buzz. Be careful, and don't worry about me. Oh, you're the only thing I do worry about. Oh, forget about the flying saucers. They're up there. There's something in that cemetery, and that's too close for comfort. The saucers are up there, and the cemetery's out there, but I'll be locked up in there. Now, off to your wild blue yonder. You promise you'll lock the doors immediately? I promise. Besides, I'll be in bed before half an hour is gone, with your pillow beside me. My pillow? Well, I have to have something to keep me company while you're away. Sometimes in the night, it does get a little bit lonely. I reach out and touch it, and then it doesn't seem so lonely anymore. A crazy kid. I do love you, darling. Mwah. See you Thursday. Goodbye, honey. You know I'm not leaving until you're safely locked inside. All right, darling. If you're especially nice, I might even lock the side door. And be sure to keep the porch lights on.
You're mighty silent this trip, Jeff. Huh? You haven't spoken 10 words since takeoff. I guess I'm preoccupied, Denny. We've got 33 passengers back there and don't have time to be preoccupied. Flying this flybird doesn't give you that opportunity. I guess you're right, Denny. Paula? Yeah. There's nothing wrong between you two. Oh, no, nothing like that. I'm just worried. She being there alone, and those strange things flying over the house, and those incidents in the graveyard the past few days, it's just got me worried. Well, I haven't figured out those crazy skybirds yet, but I give you 50 to 1 odds the police have figured out that cemetery thing by now. I hope so.
If you're really that worried, Jeff, why don't you radio in and find out? Max should be on duty at the field by now. He could call Paula and relay the message to you.
Hi, Edith.
Hi. Silence. Haven't heard a word on this end of the plane since we left the field.
Jeff's been giving himself and me a study in silence.
You boys aren't feuding.
Nothing like that, Edith. Edith, how about you and me balling up in Albuquerque?
Albuquerque? Didn't you read the flight schedule, boy?
What about it?
We put down in Albuquerque at 4 a.m., and that's strictly a 9 o'clock down.
Well, I've got a friend that...
Let's eliminate the problem first, huh, Danny?
He's worried about Paula.
Yeah, I read about that cemetery business. Tried to get you kids not to buy near one of those things. We get there soon enough.
He thought it'd be quiet and peaceful there.
No doubt about that. It's quiet, all right. Like a tomb. Sorry, Jeff. That was a bad joke. Say, I almost forgot what I came in here for. How's the coffee situation?
That's for me. It sure wouldn't hurt the thing, Edie.
I'll be right back. And Jeff, make that call to her.
Hey, so not only did she throw water on my Albuquerque plan, now she's repeating herself. How about that Albuquerque ball?
I can't resist your charm.
Tracker! Residents near the cemetery paid little attention to the blast of thunder and the flash of lightning. But from the blast arose the moving figure of the dead old man.
Hello?
What? Who? Oh, Mac. Well, sure, I'm all right. I just fell asleep. You tell Jeff I'm all right. Thanks for calling. Bye.
Running in the graveyard. Her name is Paula. Oh no, Paula fell down. Vampire lady is hiding in the forest. She's scary. Paula gets up and runs some more. Run, Paula, run! A vampire man is in the forest too. He has the power to make it daytime. Can you spot the car driving past? Silly car. Rumble, rumble goes the dirt in the grave. Now it is night again. The vampire lady is walking through the graveyard. She's slow. The vampire man is walking in the graveyard too. He is slow too. Run, Paula! Run away from the slow vampires! Rumble, rumble goes the dirt in the grave. Paula is still running. Why can't she escape the slow vampires in the tiny graveyard? Rumble, rumble, tumble! The dirt in the grave is caving in. The vampire lady walks slowly through the graveyard some more. Now all the dirt has fallen in the grave. Ah! Says Paula.
it's tough to find something when you don't know what you're looking for.
I don't think the lieutenant does either.
Then what are we doing out here? I was off duty an hour ago.
Don't ask me any questions. I'm just a hard hat just like you.
What do you suppose that noise was? Whatever it was, it's no more strange than the other things happening around this cemetery. Spirits like old Farmer Calder talked about. Well, maybe. The only spirits he saw tonight were those I smelled on his breath. Oh, don't forget, Miss Trent claims to have seen them, too. She didn't have anything on her breath. She was hysterical. True, she was frightened and in a state of shock.
I mean, she said she was being chased by something, but who do we trust? The woman or the drunk guy? Or... Did you hear she has a pillow thing for pillows?
Lieutenant, did you hear that?
How could he help it?
Know what it was?
No more than you do. It was a saucer.
What makes you say that?
You remember the noise we heard the other night?
We were knocked to the ground. How could I forget?
Exactly. But you're not remembering that sound.
There, you're wrong, Lieutenant. I'm with the fact the sound is similar, but what about the blinding light?
Well, haven't you heard? Many times a saucer hasn't had a glow or a light of any kind for that matter.
That proves it. What's next, Lieutenant?
Maybe this doesn't mean much, but Jamie and me found a grave that looks like it's been busted into.
What? Where?
Why,
Come on, man. Out with it. We haven't got all day to waste.
Just over there, beyond the crypt.
All right. Show us the way.
Look, here it is, Lieutenant.
It's been broken into, all right.
Strange. If someone had broken in, the dirt should be piled up here somewhere. It looks like it's fallen into the grave.
Larry, you'll be out of that uniform before you know it.
Do we have the right to look down there, Lieutenant?
Technically, no. Well, this spot looks familiar, though. We shouldn't investigate any further without the permission of next of kin.
Let's go get it.
How?
I see what you mean. The gravestone's down there.
Well, let's go down and find out whose grave it is.
How?
By going down and finding out.
Are you sure you mean that, Lieutenant?
If I didn't mean it, I wouldn't have said it.
Well, why do I always get hooked up with these spook details? Monsters, graves, bodies? All right. Casket's here, but nobody's in it.
Can you read the name on the casket?
It's too dark. Give me a flashlight.
How about a match?
We sure could try it. Let me have them. It's Inspector Clay's grave, but he ain't in it.
Meanwhile, at the Pentagon.
Time for my morning breakfast. Sit down, Colonel. You believe there's flying saucers? Ha 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 ha.
Yes, sir.
You've seen them?
Yes, sir.
You realize there's a government directive stating that there is no such thing as flying saucers?
Yes, sir.
This could mean a court-martial, admitting this against direct orders.
General Roberts, may I speak freely?
You may.
How could I hope to hold down my command if I didn't believe in what I saw and shot at?
I like you, Colonel.
Thank you, sir.
There are flying saucers! There's no doubt they are in our skies. Been there for some time. We've had contact with them.
Contact? How?
Radio.
They speak our language?
No, but they like Lady Gaga. We've received messages from their spaceship. For a while it came in as just a lot of jumbled noise.
And now, sir?
We've developed a language computer. A machine that breaks down any language to our own. I think it's about time you heard these recordings. You mind?
Mind? Ha! I'm anxious.
This is the nightly log of General Roberts. I record this log lying on the floor of my study in a sweaty delirium. On the way home from work, I discovered someone had carelessly discarded 5.5 hamburgers next to a dumpster outside the Pentagon. Naturally, I ate them, and now I have a parasite. Oh, speaking of parasites, I had to talk to Colonel Edwards all day about aliens. That man disgusts me. The way my words seem to just bounce off of his face. Oh, if only I weren't such a coward, I'd tell him how I felt. But alas, he'll never know. On to my next notes. Here are some sounds I made in the hallway that I wanted to record here for posterity. Sound number 1. Beep, 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 beep. Ha, yes, just as fun the second time. Sound number 2. Oh no! Oh no! Ow! Ooh! Ouch! Ooh! Ow! Oh! Not my best. This note says, remember hot dog in nightstand. Oh! Roberts, you genius. I will remember that hot dog. Perhaps that will satiate the parasite. I'd best get to that right away. This is Roberts, signing off.
That was obviously the wrong tape. I'll play the okay.
This is Eros, a space soldier from your galaxy. I fully realize our language differences. However, I also know you have finally perfected the dictio repertory, or, as you on Earth call it, the language computer, so that you can now understand that which I speak. Since the beginning of your time, we have been far beyond your planet, and it has taken you centuries to even grasp what we have developed eons of your years ago. You still believe it impossible we exist? You didn't actually think you were the only inhabited planet in the universe. How could any race be so stupid? Permit me to set your mind at ease. We do not want to conquer your planet, only save it. We could have destroyed it long ago had that been our aim. Our principal purpose is friendly. I admit, we have had to take certain means which you might refer to as criminal, but that is because of your big guns which have destroyed some of our representatives. If you persist in denying us our landings, then we must only accept you do not want us on friendly terms. We then have no alternative but to destroy you before you destroy us. With your ancient, juvenile minds, you have developed explosives too fast for your minds to conceive what you are doing. You are on the verge of destroying the entire universe. We are part of that universe. This is our last...
And that's the last of them. Atmospheric conditions in outer space make transmission difficult.
How many of these do you think you have, General?
An even dozen. This is the last one. It came in over a month ago.
You think they mean business?
We can't afford to take that chance. Come over here. Have you ever been to Hollywood?
Couple of times a few years ago.
Well, tomorrow you'll be there. Up in the San Fernando Valley. We've had UFO flying saucers reported going so low, they're knocking people over with their exhaust. Take these confidential documents, study them on the plane, and report in for further orders. Sure? Yes. And Colonel? Good luck.
Yes, sir.
Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
We are ready to report, Excellency.
You're many days late.
It was unavoidable. We tried to transmit via televisor, but atmospheric conditions made transmission impossible.
You should have transmitted as soon as conditions permitted.
I thought time was of the essence. Suspicion has fallen upon our movements. Our ships have been viewed nearer the points of operations.
And what has this time gained, Eros?
We have successfully risen free of the dead ones.
Permit me to see one.
Bring in the big one. Use your small electrode gun.
I've taken 2 ships from your command.
But that will leave only my ship.
It is necessary that you continue your mission alone. I have need of your other ships elsewhere. Even though you have risen 3 of the Earth dead, the plan is far from successful, and you, Eros, must prove it an operation with success before more time, energy, ships, and your countrymen may be spent on it.
We will not fail. Everything is on our side.
Not everything. You do not have the live Earth people. You reported that your ship was viewed at the scene of present operations?
That is correct.
They've been viewed many times, but not at the scene of operations. Something must be done about that.
Stop him, Tanner! He's close enough! Turn off the electrode gun! No! Stop him, Tanner! No!
I can't get it! It's jammed!
Stop him, you fool! Oh.
Drop the gun to the floor, Tanner. The metal will break contact.
That was too close.
Yes.
Bring the giant here that I may get a better look at him.
Pew 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 pew.
Yes.
Yes, he's a fine specimen.
Are they all this powerful on planet Earth? Nay.
No, Your Excellency. This one is an exception.
What about the other 2?
One is a woman thing, and the other is an old man thing.
An old man thing, you say?
Yes, Your Excellency.
This gives me a plan. You may take this one away for now.
Pick up your ray gun and make sure it's in working order before you point it at him.
Works good, boss.
The old man must be sacrificed. We land on Earth. Allow the old man to enter a dwelling. Then cut off the kinetoscope and activate your ship's decomposition ray. The result will astound those around. Astound them enough to delay their attention, allowing you to collect more bodies from the cemetery. As soon as you have enough of your dead recruits, march them on the capitals of Earth. Let nothing stand in your way. Their own dead will be used to make them accept our existence and believe in that fact.
Peace, boss.
Mr. Miss Strand, this is Colonel Edwards from Washington, D.C.
Good evening, Colonel.
Hello, Colonel. Colonel would like to ask you a few questions. Questions?
May I, sit down?
Yes, sorry. Please do.
I want to ask you about your strange experience the other night when you saw the flying saucer.
After that, the police brought me home. I hope I never see such a sight again.
After your description, I don't think I'd want to see it either. One thing more. After you were forced to the ground by that blast of wind, was it a hot or cold blast?
Colonel, we found a lot of suspicious things out in that cemetery. Then again, didn't find anything to base a fact or suspicion on. Hey, do you hear anything? You see anything out there, Kelton? Too dark, Lieutenant. But something started stinking awful bad.
I've been out here so many darn times, I feel I got a lease on the place.
Not a long one, I hope.
I just know that the answer is out here somewhere.
Beware. Beware.
Think it's safe to have the girl here?
No, you're right. Miss Trent, you should remain here with the car.
Stay here alone? Not on your life.
Your life. Your life. Your life. Kelton, you stick here with Miss Trenton.
All right, Lieutenant.
Stay close to the officer, honey.
I feel safer with you.
Lieutenant Harper knows what's best.
I don't like it, but I guess there's not much I can do about it.
No.
Got a gun?
No.
Know how to use one?
After 4 years in the Marine Corps? You think I need this?
Who knows? Let's get going.
3 men move cautiously amongst the bushes and the tombstones.
Beware! Beware!
I believe Inspector Clay's grave is that way.
Was that the one you told me was broken into?
Yes.
3 men are looking down into the grave.
Someone broke out instead of in.
Colonel, that is impossible.
Interior, spaceship. Eros and Tanner are at the control board.
They will discover our ship soon.
You are going to let them find us?
It's the only way. These are the same men who have been so close so often. They must be stopped.
There were others in the car.
They will be taken too. They are leaving the grave, heading this way.
I'm not afraid.
A moment or two more, and you will be the first live Earth people to ever enter a celestial ship.
Whoa. How could anything so big hide for so long?
Never heard metal sound like that before. What do you see?
Only my reflection. Must be some kind of one-way glass.
I wonder how we get into this thing.
I'm not sure I want to find out.
They're just outside. You can open the hatch now.
Look out! You going into that thing?
That's what we're here for.
Got your guns ready? I tell you one thing. If any little green man pops out at me, I'm shooting first, and I'm asking questions later. Arrows? Do we have to kill them?
Yes.
Seems like such a waste.
Well, wouldn't it be better to kill a few now, than with their meddling, permit them to destroy the entire universe?
You're a man alien. You're always right, Arrows.
Of course. But those are not my words. Those are the words of the ruler.
You two, stay right where you're at.
We will do as you command. For the moment.
No for the moment about it. You just do as I tell you.
You do not need guns.
Maybe we think we do.
They will be of no use to you now.
They've been mighty useful before on Flesh and Blood. And you two look like you got a lot of both.
True. They would be effective upon us, if you had the opportunity to use them.
Mister, if you don't get away from that control board, I'll show you just how effective they can be.
Your friends will be here soon.
What friends?
The friends you left in the vehicle.
If you've done anything to Paula...
Take it easy, Mr. Trent. I assure you no harm has been done to her. Would you like to see?
Next time you try that, I won't aim at the board.
You're a headstrong young man. I was only gonna turn on the televisor so you could see her movements.
Go ahead, my friend. But move very carefully.
She's only fainted.
You fiend. I? A fiend? I am a soldier of our planet. I? A fiend? We did not come here as enemies. We came only with friendly intentions, to talk.
Why is it so important that you want to contact the governments of our Earth?
Because all you of Earth are idiots. Stupid! Stupid! The only explosion left is the solar night.
You're way above our heads.
When you have the solar night, you have nothing. Nor does the universe.
You speak of solar night, but just what is it?
The flame will speedily travel around. Here we saturate the ball, and a chain reaction will occur direct to the sun itself, and to all the planets that sunlight touches, to every planet in the universe. This is why you must be stopped.
That's all I'm taking from you. Get back here, you!
Oh, I'll be all right. Take care of the others.
Suppose the lieutenant and the others are in that thing.
Well, supposing they're Martians or something in there.
You have found the big one. This can only happen cause the electrode ray gun is off. He will walk again when I turn it on.
Hold it right there.
Get that door open.
Hell, I don't know one switch from the other. Hang on, Arrows. I'll have the ship up in the air in a minute.
Get everything there, Jeff. The ship's on fire. That's the last of them.
I doubt it. I mean, imagine a planet with only like 5 aliens on it. Pretty unrealistic. Look!
Have they caught that woman? That thing yet? That's right. There's another ghoul running loose.
And it's my guess that she'll look like him.
Can no one hear me? I said the body's right there.
No! Well, not to worry. I'm sure they'll all end up like him. It's out there. Ships and their Ray-Bans. I don't imagine we'll see them around here anytime soon. I have to give it to them. They're far ahead of us.
There's fire series.
Criswell predicts.
My friends, you have seen this incident based on sworn testimony. Can you prove it didn't happen? Many scientists believe another world is watching us. At this very moment, we once laughed at the horseless carriage, the airplane, the telephone, the electric light, the vitamin, and even television. And now, some of us laugh at outer space. God help us in the future.